Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again to Cap Comics Now. I'm your host, Mike Cap, and today I've got my some spoiler review for Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead. Guys, it took me a while to be able to sit down and finally watch this movie, but I did, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it. But before we get started, if you're new around here, make sure to hit that like button to help the YouTube algorithm. Hit that subscribe button, the little notification bell right next to it. That way you get notified every time I upload. And at 500 subscribers, we're going to give away a really cool prize here at Cap Comics Now. A prize that was so hard to get a hold of, but I was able to. So I've got it coming for you guys. And at 500 subscribers, we will give one away here on the channel. All right, so let's get into this review. First of all, it's not just a zombie movie. I know everybody knew this coming in, but it's not just a zombie movie. It is a heist movie that takes place, just happens to take place, inside the zombie apocalypse. I'm not going to lie, guys. I would very much like to see Zack Snyder direct a heist movie, just a plain heist movie. No zombies, no other plot points, no other threads, just a heist movie. I think he would do really well with it. He could make it a period piece or not. But whatever the case, I would like to see just him direct a heist movie. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys agree that he would be a very good choice for a heist movie. Okay, now, big theory we got coming up here. So these zombies appear to be superhuman. How? I don't know. There's a bunch of theories going around the internet. I've read some. I kind of agree with some, but I'm going to give my own opinion here. So my suspicion is that in the very beginning, these military officers are transporting the zombies from Area 51. My assumption is that the Area 51 was where the zombies came from. They were mixing alien DNA with these zombies, which is why they're able to be superhuman. Now, guys, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, and I will be wrong again. But if it's my theory, I believe these zombies are superhuman because they were combined with alien DNA. And it would be some freaky stuff, guys. It would be some freaky stuff to have half zombie, half alien. We had robot zombies, we had idiot zombies, we had smart zombies, but these zombies were particularly special. They were smart, they were cunning, they were building their own civilization. Guys, and they were even doing the nasty. Because middle of the film, Zeus the zombie goes right in, takes out Athena's unborn child. They were doing the nasty. Regular zombies don't do the nasty. These zombies did, which is why I believe there was something going on here. Okay, now, I'm sure some of you know, but for those of you who don't, I, like most of you, I'm sure, grew up a wrestling fan. I ended up, however, becoming an actual wrestler. And part of the reason why was because growing up, I was such a fan of Batista in the ring. While he may not have been the greatest in-ring worker, he had the ability to tell a story that most people, even today, don't have that ability. And yeah, you know, his last match was probably not that awesome, but I can give you matches to go watch where he lit the place on fire. He was that good. I always knew he was capable of putting on a performance like this. And I'm telling you, Dave Batista is the true heart of this film. And if you disagree with me, that's cool. But in my opinion, Batista was the heart. And I know a lot of you are actually going to agree with me because I've seen it everywhere. I always knew Batista was capable of giving a performance like this. He showed so much heart. He showed so much emotion. He made me laugh. He made me cry. He made me feel every emotion that there was capable of feeling in a movie like this. And he did it well. I would actually like to see Batista in a serious drama role because I think he would knock it out of the park. I really think he's got something special. He's not just a wrestler turned movie star. He's not an action star. He's not anything like that. The guy is an actor. He's becoming a serious actor. And honestly, this was the start. I knew he had it in him, but you would never think that the guy who played Drax had the ability to put on a performance like this. I knew. And he did not disappoint, and he proved me right. And it was a great thing to see. So if Batista was the heart of the film. Tig Notaro owned the film. She was such a badass. She was funny. She was quirky. She was everything we all wanted to be. Let's face it. She didn't care about anything. She wanted to show up, kick ass, and leave. That was really what she wanted to do. And I didn't even remember that she wasn't in the original cast. It wasn't until after I watched the movie and I went back and looked and I was like, oh my God, she was part of the reshoots. And the fact that she was able to be part of the reshoots and still brought the chemistry and made it work, like, you would never know that she was never part of the original cast, that she wasn't there on original filming. You'd never know because she was so good at what she did. She owned this movie, and she deserves every bit of credit that she can get because she was awesome. The cigarillo in her mouth, the constant I don't care about anything. She was the wisecracks. She was fantastic, and I can't wait to see her in more stuff because she was awesome. All right, now let's get into a little bit more crazy stuff here. So Omari Hardwick's character Vandero, at one point in the film when he's in the height and he's in the vault room with Dieter, he talks about a time loop. And there's a couple of skeletons lined up right outside the vault that bear a remarkable resemblance to the entire cast. And he points out what happens if we're just trapped in a time loop where we fight, die, fight, die, fight, die, fight, die. And I got to tell you, I'm going to go pick up from this later on in my review, but let's think about this. Snyder is known for putting time loops in his films. BVS, Justice League, what Justice League was going to end up becoming. I believe that at some point, it was a time loop that they were brought in, they fought, they died. They came back, they fought, they died. They came back again, they fought, they died. They came back again, they fought, they died, and so on and so on. Wouldn't it be something? Wouldn't it be something if that, since he couldn't finish it in Justice League, that he brings in a time loop here? And I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm kind of digging it. It just added another depth, another layer of depth to this film that made you just think even more. Mind blown completely. Okay, now, speaking of Vandero, the end of the film, we see him survive. Oh my God, he survives. He opens the vault door, he escapes, he walks an entire desert, state lines, everything. And he comes to Utah, he gets on a plane, he's got all this money, and he's there and he's escaping. And then all of a sudden we go in and we see that he's bitten, right on the back of the arm, he's bitten. But everybody else, when they were bitten, it was almost immediately that they turned. Whereas Vandero, this was seemingly days upon days where he was fine. No symptoms, no nothing. And then I'll take you back to earlier in the film when he squares up with Zeus the zombie. And you could tell that, theorize that they knew each other. And I saw that theory going around on Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff, that it did appear that they knew each other beforehand because regular dudes just don't square up like that. People who just have just met each other. It looked like Vandero had a prior history with Zeus the zombie. Whether it was conscious or subconscious, that's what it appeared to be. So it makes a little sense that, or actually it makes very little sense that how come Vandero was able to go all that time without turning. And at the end of the movie, all he says is, fuck. And he doesn't turn. We don't see him turn. There's no signs of him turning. So we assume he did. But what if he didn't? What if, instead of becoming a zombie, now since he brought up the time loop, what if he's got to go back and do it all over again? What if that was he was trying to escape and leave and start a life elsewhere, but now he realizes, screw it, I'm bitten. Now the time loop goes back. He's got to do it all over again. Wacky theory, I know, and I'm sure I'm not the only person in the world who has that theory. But we're left to believe he turns. But what if he doesn't? What if he just realizes, shit, I got to do this all again? I know, it's crazy. But this movie itself was crazy. This was a very outlandish movie, but it made you think. There were a lot of things in this movie that made you think. I enjoyed the Snyder Cut Easter egg. I enjoyed the Saddam Hussein AK-47s that were in the same room. Zack puts every little detail, puts things you would never even think of that were in this movie. And he does it all the time. And it's just part of his style. And like I said, guys, not just zombies, but I would like to see Zack Snyder do a heist movie. I think it would be pretty cool. And as we all know, Batista's daughter, Kate, is the true villain of this movie. She is. Every decision she makes causes at least one person to die. She's selfish. She is a very selfish character, and she leads every single person to their death. It sucks because I would have liked to have seen somebody walk away from this movie, but nobody did except her. When she didn't deserve to walk away from that movie. She should have died too. Her selfishness killed everybody else and saved herself. Now I get the parallel. Batista killed his wife, Kate's mother. Beginning of the film, we see him stab her in the head. And at the end of the film, Kate is forced to kill her father. Yeah, it's sad, but at the same time, all could have been avoided had she just done what he told her to do. Well, it ended on a sad note, but it may not actually have been all sad. Who knows? Now we're going to get prequels. We're going to get sequels. We're going to get a whole series of this. I'm excited. I can't wait. Guys, let me know down in the comment section if you're just as excited for this Army of the Dead spin-off stuff as I am. Let me know also what your favorite part of this movie was, because I want to have a conversation with you guys. Let's talk about something. I loved it. I'm sure you guys did. And if you didn't love it, tell me why. I want to know. All right. Thank you for joining me on this edition of Cap Comics Now. We will see you soon because there's more stuff coming. Not just Zack Snyder. We've got so much other stuff on the horizon, Marvel and DC. Who knows? Dragon Ball stuff too. That's coming. I can't wait. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys next time.